Welcome into Squad Ops One Life events. Tonight we have Operation Jackal for you. I'm bcarr. Joining me producing the multicam live stream is Shattered Ritual. Tonight is a night op on Cora Valley. And just a note on the top of everything. We did a little modification for the stream camera just to make sure that we can see everything and you guys can see everything. And it's not quite what our members and everyone playing in the operation will see because it is dark. I'm sure Shadowed is rolling around the cameras right now showing you what POVs look like, or I'm not sure, maybe. Yeah, of course he is, because Shadow's on top of this shit. It's all good. But you can see what everyone else is seeing. It's dark. It is night. So we have a camera, our camera set up to, or at least my camera is set up to give a little bit more illumination on what's happening, in addition to the outlines, which you guys always see, while everyone else will have what is actually like to participate in this operation. Speaking of this operation, it's called Jackal. Here's a little rundown. On the map, you see a U.S. flag in the upper right-hand corner, northwest. That's where a U.S. convoy is rolling out from to establish a COP, or a combat outpost. In the map, you'll see U.S. COP location, and in the middle of the valley, a little ways down, that's where they want to set up the outpost. There's a compound there that's been used to be housing, and now it's abandoned, and the U.S. want to take it over because it's a natural point of control. A bunch of routes flow right next to it, and it just makes sense for the U.S. forces in this area. Insurgents in the area don't like that, and they've gotten wind of this convoy rolling out, and they have deployed a platoon-sized force ahead of the intended COP location to try to ambush them. So you can see those two flags in the red area on the map. Those are the potential starting positions for INS forces on this operation. Before we get into loadouts for what everyone's going to have, let's check who's actually going to be commanding and squad leading. Okay. For US, we have Assault, Bag of Joe, Sugarheart, and Bump in squad lead roles. The Iron Tyrant is commanding the convoy. And on INS, we have Alpha Guido, Hero, Revi, and HML, with Storm commanding. Thanks to our event admins, Dorf and Burns, for helping us get underway tonight. And thanks to you guys for coming in and watching. We play 2 rounds. We'll play round 1, and then we'll swap sides, and we'll do it again. Let's go over what each team has. So the convoy team, the U.S. team, each squad for the U.S. has 2 ARs, 1 GL, and 1 medic. So that's 2 light machine guns and 2 grenade launcher kits, and of course a medic. Their convoy consists of 1 MRAP open top, 1 Logi truck, and 2 transports. Once they get to the COP location, they're allowed to put down and establish a mortar, 2 HMGs, and fortifications. And fortifications include sandbags, barbed wire, HESCO walls, anything as far as what they have supplies for. For INS,
Do you need us just to go live?
No, I'm saying you guys have
INS has 2 ARs per squad and 1 LAT per squad along with a medic.
Copy.
And the platoon level, they have 2 scouts for the whole team. One very big differentiation is they have LATs. They have 4 LATs because 4 squads. So, yeah. At least that, yep, that's right.
Do you guys think should
4 LATs means 4 rockets, which means 4 popped vehicles, potentially. And the US only has 4 vehicles to use.
So which one?
So that math rounds up nicely. The scouts each have 1 anti-tank mine and 1 IED. Actually, I think we might be getting ready for... We're getting close to a platoon brief. I don't think we're there quite there yet. There's still some organization going on. As you know, every round definitely requires some coordination before we get started here. Because the commanders think the big thoughts. They have to get the thoughts across to everyone to make sure they're all on the same page. Sometimes that takes a little bit of time. But it's not unexpected. And
Mine is 2.2.
Yeah.
2.20.
Leave it that way.
This guy needs medic.
so 9 ambush on a convoy
Dude, I stay on
seems
medic,
pretty
just
daunting,
16 as a piece of
and
rollback.
it certainly is.
You can't see anything.
Let's listen in to see how the U.S. convoy plan is set to go down.
Alright, going to do platoon brief. Alright, get settled, boys. Alright, at ease. Now, I know we've been stationed in Cora for some time, but our battalion command likes us so much, he wants us to keep kicking ass. Put on your lipstick and high heels today, boys, because you'll be escorting some fine engineers. Squad 4 will be mounted up with an infantry fire team, pulling rear security. They're going to be making sure that we do not get plundered in the colon cavern, if you know what I'm saying. Squad 3 will be covering south of the convoy, preventing any late-night river crossings. So they're going to be looking to the road the entire time. Squad 1 is our vanguard and is in charge of making sure our path forward is clear by dropping bodies and destroying obstacles. Squad 2 will hold the north, so the right side of the road at all times, and perform recon to find where those bastards plan to hit us. Expect ambush as we move along the route to the D894. That's the Delta 894 COP. ROE is up to your SLs. Any questions?
Not to question the wisdom
Can I
of
turn
command,
my
but where
Can
are
I turn my
nods at?
gamma?
Yeah.
Where what?
Fucking. What route are we
Nods.
taking?
The route was given to 4. It'll be the base route. The main MSR, pretty much going around the entire way. I don't want to go too much into detail because with that, it's just gonna bog you down with details.
Wait, what happens?
Squad
if I
4
turn my
knows it. Squad
gamma?
1 knows it. Your SLs know it.
Will it kick me
die.
out?
You die.
Keep gamma at 2.2.
I can't even see anything. Like literally, I can't even.
Nobody else can.
Nobody
Nobody
else
else
can
can.
either.
Yep,
dude.
nobody else can.
Everybody else
Enemy
is
can't do
suffering. Blame battalion command for not paying for fucking.
All right, so that's the pretty straightforward plan. They're going to take the MSR all the way to the objective. Now, the INS don't know what route the U.S. convoy is going to take. You can see some marks on the map, the red MG symbols. That's a general direction of how command wants to take the route.
We are just getting the MRAP and the Logi.
Okay, you're not gonna take a trans truck.
The INS know they're coming through the pass, or the valley rather, but they don't know where. So it's a mix of INS need to react fluidly to any situation and effectively execute an ambush.
2 on the right side, 3 on the left.
And looks like we're going to go live at about a couple minutes away. We can see here the INS squads that are separated. There's sort of in two groups. You can see on the map, there's a group here in Fox 7. There's another group down at Gulf 8. And, you know, it's about 300 meters between them. So it's definitely a jog to get there. You can see these groups are in briefings. The northern group is in briefing. The southern group is actually already split up to set up around the radio tower area. Of course, the radio tower area has got this a couple great compounds around, and it's definitely a main draw because of the road. The road is just super straight and long. You can get a lot of speed here. And here, matter of fact, here's a scout. I believe the scout is he's got binocs in his hand. Yeah, you can tell this scout because he's got the white balaclava schma sort of thing going on. And we're definitely going to take a look to see where mines are being placed when we get closer to live here, which is in about 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead back up to the convoy. I believe I also understood that the U.S. are going to not take their transport trucks. So they're going to take the MRAP, they're going to take the Logi, but they're not going to take their transport trucks. So they're going to have dismounted infantry, probably on the order of 3 squads worth.
Fucking flashlights in. Jesus.
And here we go. We're live.
Convoy, hold a little bit. Let 1 pull forward a bit.
Can you see a thing at all?
1, once you are ready, let us know. Copy that.
Obviously, the U.S. force needs to be low key as possible, and this also has a pretty tight time window. Maybe they need to get all of their equipment ahead of time. Perhaps this is why they don't have night vision, but they also don't have flashlights, and you know, flashlights work both ways, just like smoke. Just like, you know, gunfire in a distance. We can see here a 2 squads worth of infantry maintaining themselves on the road. And there's a squad of infantry north that have fanned out pretty considerably, but they're continually pushing west.
Okay, move, start moving, start driving.
I don't like this. Come over here, like, it's fine. Come over here. Do you have like the moon on or something?
Toby, you're gonna be to my north, Juju and Peach to my south.
And here you can see the convoy. Oh man.
Go to my north. Use your compass. Go.
Like 30-ish is where I'm watching.
MRAP is pushing up the road now. I believe Londarts is gunning, question mark? No, sorry. Vindication is gunning. Londarts is driving the MRAP.
Okay.
And I believe Bump is in charge of the Logi, which command is now taken over.
I can see fine. I don't know why you guys can't see fine.
Alright, hold on.
I think the convoy just got messed up a little bit. There was a problem with the, I think the driver of the previous MRAP had some night blindness, and they've reallocated who's driving what. Or not the MRAP, but the Logi. And now the convoy is rolling. This is great because it gives the forward squad a little time to get ahead.
Two, how's it looking?
right now.
And of course, they're going to be on foot, so it's going to take a little while for them to get to the ambush zone. So let's check and see the northern ambush zone. We'll work from north to south here. Here we go. So here's the northern ambush zone. This is a squad that's pushed up. This is squad 1 that's pushed up pretty far away from the rest of their support. They have low walls for cover, and they have fields in front of them. While
feel free to follow me in the road.
it may seem like a little bit of an overkill to have squads not on the road, it makes a lot of sense because, you know, not everyone's going to be on the road. Doesn't make sense. Not all the U.S. are going to be on the road. There's going to be infantry squads sweeping through, and this squad is correctly assumed that they need to be in a blocking position for scouts. I also believe there's a mine over here. There is a mine on the road. Let's take a look at that position real quick. Yep, there it is. Right in the middle of the road as it forks off. It's definitely going to be a challenge to see in the dark, that's for sure. However, if the lead vehicle's the MRAP, the Logi's still alive, but the MRAP is definitely gone. Unless the MRAP sees it. But Lawn Darts is the master, and he's driving the Logi, so or the MRAP. I'm sure he'll see it. So that's the first zone. Then the INS have a middle defense sector, which they have their command. Storm is part of this defense sector. Revy's in the north bit of it here. He's got himself a rooftop, and he's got binocs out, and he's looking, which is a good position for him to be in.
4, make sure your rear security is actually in the rear.
Storm is also looking. He's looking around just to make sure no shenanigans happen with infantry crossing in the water, which is always a good call. Because infantry can cross the river even though vehicles must stay out of it. And here's the southern sector, which is around the radio tower, the 2 compounds around radio tower. There's a squad here that actually has a mine or an IED potentially. Let's see if we can find this real quick.
As 3 moves, move with
Yep,
them.
it's a mine, and hasn't been dug down. So that might stand out a little bit more.
So there is
Right
a
next to the
PlayStation
Easter
radio
egg
spot
bag
marked
physics zone.
I-674.
Thank
Anyone
you,
want to check it out on your
WI.
mouse?
2, if you check that out.
Copy.
And there's also another squad southwest.
1, continue to push forward if you can.
Roger.
They have the most southern road locked down. And I also believe they have an IED over here. Yeah, I believe this has got to be an IED. Let's see if we can find this real quick. Let's do the undersea trick here if I can find it. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh. It's actually planted in the base of the tree right here. So that's mainly meant to prevent the U.S. from sneaking an infantry squad down here in the south. Which, if they were taking a southern route, you would definitely do. As far south as you could along the map border. Allows an assault on the radio tower to take place with very limited interruption.
Good work so far, boys. Good paces.
3 is holding for moment.
INS is pretty set up right now, and they're just anticipating contact. Something tells me they might get a little fidgety here. I wonder if they'll make any moves, because while the U.S. have the allotment for 2 transport trucks, they've chosen not to take it. And that means their convoy will move slower as a result, because they'll have 3 squads of infantry on foot. That may not be something that INS anticipates. Because originally INS heard that the transport convoy is 4 vehicles, making this a rather motorized company,
20 meters.
or motorized platoon,
Or if you
rather.
can pull the convoy up to the bend.
Got it, command.
Digital Chronos in chat asking, you can bury mines, question mark, never knew that. That's affirmed.
How did police look?
When you place a mine in the game, you can pull out your shovel and you can dig it down several levels.
The monitor has a
We, in squad ops, our rule is that the mines have to have that red circle trigger exposed at all times. And that promotes a lot of gameplay around the fact that the opposing team has to clear that mine. And there's a lot of scenarios that play out around that specific thing. You could set up ambushes like that, plant a mine in the middle of a track, and then ambush the forces that try to unseat that mine.
2, if you get to the compound in Hotel 6.
IEDs, on the other hand, our rule is not to dig those down at all. Because reasons.
1, if you push your Alpha past that compound that's on your right and send your Bravo in to clear it, we can move the convoy in after you.
Roger that.
Let's move.
You're already peeking the entrance. Okay. Alright, you guys cross. I'm holding it. Yeah, go. I'm holding it.
Set.
Alright, whoever's behind me, push past. I'm covering it. Push past.
Yeah, no, I keep telling them, and they barely listen to orders. I'm bringing this up in the AR. It's really annoying.
I wonder, I suppose US isn't really clearing anything from here to there. However, it makes sense to try to keep the convoy moving. There's a report of contact.
Oh yeah, okay. That's the emplacement. Just go. Let's go. All right, we're going crouched, walking pace.
We're clearing this compound.
Weird. There was a report of enemy contact from U.S. Maybe it was something they just saw.
Convoy and 3 are free to continue moving.
Clear. So we can...
Interesting. They're taking the time to clear all of these compounds.
We're clearing this compound.
I mean, on one hand, I guess it's smart, just to make sure there's nothing hiding in here. On the other hand, I wouldn't think that INS would actually be able to get there in time.
This compound's clear once pushing back to the road.
I guess better safe than sorry makes a lot of sense. Convoy moves up past the first bridge here and past the Hesco compound.
Okay, check this compound.
Command, you want to see any move?
And we'll take a reset here of troop movements. We're actually within 300 meters of contact now. They're moving close to the northern side here. Let's take a look at Squad 1 on Insurgency's position again. They have a scout on the southern flank, and he's just behind a low wall looking for anything with his binoculars. A LAT unit is placed right next to the road, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the convoy is going to come down the road. Give the light unit the best shot you can by placing it close as you can to the road. They have some more infantry placed along this low wall.
Tell them command told you.
And their squad lead is here, moving up and down the wall.
Command? Or actually, I'll ask you local.
And they have another unit placed up here in the north, just to make sure no one sneaks past them. The U.S. are moving in a line formation against the INS line. Let's get a bird's eye view of this real quick. They're moving really close now, and actually they might have some eyes on really soon. They might have some eyes on really soon. We're close to within about 200 meters of contact, and the U.S. squad goes down. Or doesn't go down, rather goes prone.
1 times enemy.
And they have spotted enemy.
G6, you said golf.
Oh, I'm gonna correct that grid real quick.
I think they spot the squad leader, who is vaulting over walls and doing shenanigans, trying to replace himself.
G646. That's more accurate.
And Bag of Joe pretty much calls out the position directly. So good eyes on Bag of Joe to call that out.
Try to avoid it. Otherwise, keep an eye on it. Keep pushing to your west. You are free to engage if you need. 1, continue to port. Chain of command is B4, then 3, then 2, then 1. How copy?
Copy.
Solid copy.
And
Command, do you want
Bag of Joe's squad now gets a little motivation to go forward. They're going to crawl forward.
Check it quickly.
That's dangerous because switching between movement and aiming down your sights for a shot, for an accurate shot anyway, that takes a little time. So they should be bounding up here at the very least. Looks like they're making a general push forward in this riverbed. Or this creek bed, rather. It's not quite a river. And shots fired.
I'm opening up on that contact.
Oh, they see the guy in the north?
If you can get one of your elements to maneuver around it, please do.
They saw this northern guy, probably skylining, and now there's additional fire being laid in here. I think an AR... Oh, IR gets one. Grenadier's down.
Next wall over.
That's a key member of your squad, lost really early.
Yeah, they were crawling up close to us in the
Atomic
grass, guys.
Peach is calling out these guys, and now it looks like they're going to take some more cover.
Yeah, I think I saw him hop over the wall and lay down, so they might be crawling up. Oh, we got him on the road. We got
Man,
infantry on the road.
there's some people with some eagle eyes.
I'm planting the ID here.
What's on the road?
Infantry, fire team.
U.S. forces are getting real close here, within 20 meters.
How close were they?
Within 20 meters. This squad lead is going to look over here and he's going to get popped. He sees them and he ducks down immediately. Wow. Evan is a fire team leader here. And the squad leader gets right back up. Oh, and a team kill. Vegas tries to return fire and nails Metro Stalker in the back of the head. I guarantee you that's exactly what happened there. And INS falls back.
Contact is close southwest of the street.
Copy that. 3, if you could send a fire team up to help engage.
Ooh, there is an IED here.
2, continue to move her south.
It is an IED placed right about here. Yep, you can barely see it right here.
Copy that. 3, how copy?
That's smart. And here comes U.S. forces.
Copy, thank you.
Right now, Russian Rabbit, right on the other side of the half wall, and the squad lead is right here too. If Bag of Joe comes back down to the road, U.S. forces GLing the bridge.
We believe it's in the ditch at the bend in the road, maybe about Golf 622. Golf 622.
And there it goes.
Jesus.
Christ.
So Russian Rabbit goes down to the IED. Bag of Joe
Command, you tracking the bridge
seems
at Golf
uninjured,
621, Golf 61 looks like they're ambush site.
but no one else dies.
Cap. If you need to continue moving along.
So far two casualties for US, 0 casualties for INS. And one of them's a friendly fire. INS forces, aside from Squad 1, which fell back, is holding position. Some great restraint here being shown. And I believe US is going to go back to trying to surge a squad through as recon and continue to keep 2 squads forward on the route as a sweeping security.
That's the most
Actually,
logical thing
you're
you've
pushing
said all
the
day.
middle. You're pushing the middle of the road.
We're about halfway, boys. Keep pushing.
So now with that squad falling back, there's actually a squad. There's a fire team being left behind. So I think this isn't Squad 1, but this is another fire team that is being splintered off here. I believe it's part of 3 for our INS. And they are waiting for U.S. forces to clear their compound. You can see they're watching the double door. They're watching the double width door here. It's double width door. My words. Double wide door.
Bump, if you could mark that Logi at that intersection.
And they even have an AR on the roof, ready to pop anyone that comes down the road. U.S. forces keeping pretty wide.
Now. You should be able to push up soon.
Command, you on my Logi still holding?
You can push up slowly. I just want you to be a little bit further behind.
Matter of fact, U.S. forces pushing to the mine. So far, no one's seen it, but there is a squad lead coming down the road.
Yeah, I was looking. I don't see anything, but it could be hiding.
The mine is sort of in the center of the screen here. Assault squad is, I guess, point for the route.
We're exposed
Hold here. Yeah, hold here. We're watching.
Check for IEDs, guys. Do some 5s and 25 scans. Just check within 5 meters around you and then scan out from there.
Slowly crap.
This is a great place for an IED.
Trying to move south.
Metro, where are you?
Assault took a look at the road there. No one's actually seen it. What was that?
Was that a rocket? I don't like rocket.
It was a rocket.
236 on top of the
Distance.
Apparently they shot an RPG.
Just sustain suppression.
I didn't hear it land.
A-firm, compound at Foxtrot 76.
Nice shot.
Put one more in that compact right of that.
So far, the mine is still on the road, although there's a fire team moving down. The forward squad here now taking some pretty accurate fire.
Stay down, stay down.
Moving north a little bit.
2. Copy that. 2, I want you to move to 1 position. Look northwest from there. 1, when 2 reaches you, I want you to continue.
Bitch of Silas is like, let me see someone so I can throw a grenade on it.
West along the river.
Direct west.
IEDs, gentlemen.
Vegas MSI is just walked straight past the mine as a rocket lands nearby. I don't think there's any U.S. casualties from it.
I got a mine right here.
Oh, and looks like Slayeron calls out the mine. Slayeron immediately pulls out the shovel and then asks how to dig the mine.
What do I press?
And there you go. That's great eyes by Slayeron, though. That would have been devastating for the force. And he's going to dig that mine up.
1, 2 to follow on the road. Take out that roadblock.
Alright, Kobe, get over here.
Who are you?
He's on the roof. There's a wall at the back.
I can't see anything.
It's fine. They're about 400 meters
U.S.
out.
forces taking some light fire, trying to shoot back,
anyway.
trying to shoot at tracers.
Over here. Where I'm standing.
Most kits don't have tracers anymore, but there are some kits that do. Believe FTLs, squad leads, and ARs. iHacks101 says, even though it's a game, I'd still hate to be the one to take up a mine, afraid it will just explode. You're not wrong. That is a strong fear. Ooh, what are these shots?
Hey,
North.
Oh, look at this spacing. Look at this spacing.
Guys, spread down.
It's a good thing
Don't want to get hit by
that INS don't have any GLs on their team, but they have LATs. And they're not even safe. The INS AR has a perfect view of this road. I mean, he's on the roof and he could see straight down that street. This is the AR I was talking about. I mean, look at him. Let me zoom in. He has pinpoint accuracy at this range, thanks to the bipod steadying him.
Drivers and gunners excluded.
And he pops himself down for a second. US ARs deploy, trying to return some fire here. I wonder if he sees Kingpin, or I wonder if he can see Kingpin from this range. There's a few heads that are popped up here, and he's not looking at the road anymore, so more US forces are coming up the road. Speaking of US forces coming up the road, the convoy is now made it past this light post here, over this small footbridge.
Stop right behind the formation of stuff. It'll make it harder to hit.
And that INS squad is actually falling back. The fire team that was holding that compound is displacing. Maybe they correctly assumed that their jig is up. The jig is up. Meanwhile, some of the developments looks like a couple INS KIA here. 3 of them dead as they try to push their advantage, and the U.S. just pushed up on them. A little recap of scores here. U.S. 4 kills for U.S. Army right now, only 2 for INS.
Okay, I need one right next to me. Someone clear left, so I'll clear right, okay?
And let's get a reset on where the INS forces are. There's a squad behind them. Ooh, this is great. INS forces have redeployed. There's 3 squads west trying to block off where they think the convoy is going to go. And there's 1 squad behind. There's a 300-meter bubble around the convoy right now. So now it's really up to U.S. to make the next move. And here's a roadblock actually. The vehicles can't pass a roadblock until it's been dismantled.
Come on, you
so
fucker,
Silas,
why aren't you digging up?
Silas grabs his shovel and takes out all the foundation and the entire sandbag line.
I'm never doing that again.
Hey, firm, we just move up a little bit. We're going to continue to push and clear this bridge.
Copy that. Command has taken some alarms fire.
Wow. They're engaging the MRAP from... What? That doesn't make sense.
Copy that. Just continue to shadow 1, please. No need to pull any more north.
Maybe they see someone like Hamdog here on the roof of the building underneath the light. Or it's possible they see the truck in the light as well. Because I think Command is in...
Yeah, that hit the shield on my gun.
Let me see if I can find where is Command real quick. Yeah, Command's in the MRAP.
You'll be the one engaging them.
Copy that. We'll put up a fight while you guys escape.
Copy that.
It seemed to be pretty deliberate to be shooting at this range, so maybe an AR tried to pop some, try to get some rounds off here. The flanking squad behind Let's go take a look and see what they're up to. It looks like a fire team plus, unless I'm missing someone. No, it's just a fire team.
This bridge is clear of mines.
I would have to say HML is leading it. He's a squad lead, and he's got a fire team with him. So, wonder if it's just a glory mission that they're on right now. Because I don't see any lat unit with them. So they're just moving along. They're now close to within about 100, 150, maybe, or 200 meters away from the vehicles. About 100 meters away from the trailing U.S. troops.
Command, do you want us to cross bridge?
Negative, gonna be pulling to the right at this next fork. Oh, you mean the bridge crossing the creek? Affirm.
I have a small question.
No, right.
Ferdius and Twit asks, how can someone get in for the second round if I just got on? Well, sometimes people drop between round 1 and round 2. And if you have basic SOTT, and you're registered for the event, most times, pretty much all the times, if there's room in the operation for more players, the admins will come back up into our pre-operation channel where you would be waiting in, and they ask if anyone's around, and they continue pulling people from the list.
Is that behind us?
And the contact has happened behind. Swag Daddy Juice, first one up. Grenade gets thrown by HML. I guess he threw the grenade at himself. Because HML is dead. Nope, he's not dead. It looked like he was dead. Swag Daddy throws a frag.
Scroll out.
Pretty close there. Maybe one INS casualty. I think it was Boogeyman. I was unsure who got the first shot there. Something tells me the US got the first shot there because I don't think INS were in position. Either US shot first or some guy on INS got a little trigger happy there. But there's some more contact over here with the convoy. The convoy is close to the INS defense zone, and AR fire is now ringing out. The MRAP is now engaging some INS. I think a squad lead has just gone down. I think Assault's dead. Yep. So Squad 1 command passes to Evan SMA. The AR is laying into the MRAP. Of course, the MRAP against AR fire is... Ooh. All these guys are dead. Oh. An entire fire team is dead for Squad 1 here.
Want me to back you up?
Look at that. Guarantee you that's an AR on the roof that just popped every single one of those guys. And wouldn't you know it, there's an AR on the roof. Rocket gets shot. Duct tape 001 gets a lat shot out, but it may have missed the MRAP. Second shot hits a wall. Not quite enough to clear over the top of the wall.
MRAP, you got multiple guys above you. You got multiple guys above you.
And there's an additional flanking element now coming up from the south for INS. An entire squad is coming from the south. This is INS Squad 2 has made it to the half wall, or made it to the wall south of these fields along the route that US is taking. They're coming up and over. They're going to push in one by one.
Try to get this convoy past.
So, Command, confirm you want the convoy hauling ass through this intersection? It's not clear.
Doesn't appear to be any mines on the road. The gunner of the MRAP gets shot out. Vindication's dead.
Gunner's out.
And Londarts gets in the gun.
It looks like it's coming from the north, which doesn't make sense.
The US endpoint is actually not that far away. They're about 500 meters away from it. Londarts gets shot out of the gun too. Drivers are dropping like flies. There's someone that's really...
Somebody on that 50? Somebody on my 50.
Hey, someone in London, stay on 50.
I think...
Where am I shooting?
I think it's coming from... I think it's coming from that hole in the wall. I think that was Sonny that just dropped 2 gunners out of the MRAP.
We're taking fire. 300.
300.
And there's another one.
The road 283. Alright, we lost another gunner.
Maybe Londarts didn't die there. Another gunner.
We need to reposition the Ginkel.
And finally, they moved the MRAP. Here comes the Logi too. Wonder what they're gonna try here. The squad that was coming around behind them drops 1. Maybe there's a trade here.
I'm very alive.
The convoy is getting closed in around. There's a full squad behind them. US forces really close here. Ibanez running up on this INS guy.
I'm gonna start spinning. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of Orchard. We could cover.
They're in the field. Big wall. One jumped right here. 20 feet from me, just to the southeast. Throwing nade.
Uh-oh. Grenade didn't go far enough. And the GL for this squad is dead. Another GL down. INS forces crawling around here. And the squad lead back here is Hero. Has a fire team with him for security. They're just trying to push right in. Sounds like the vehicles are moving up further. They made it past the bridge. A rocket looks like a frag round goes out and goes over the it doesn't quite clear the wall here. So US forces in spacing.
Guys, they are danger close, 50 meters southeast.
There's a fire team pushing Orchard.
They're going to be E793.
I believe this is called Orchard on the map proper. Grenade gets thrown by a bag of Joe. A little short. I think it was aiming for that roof.
Hey, you guys.
This is not good. If they push around the corner and they start moving into the compound, they're gonna get cut down. Bag of Joe, squad leader, gets in. And there's just firepower saturation here. SoundCloud wrapper goes down. Bag of Joe is the closest one in, but the guy who's shooting at throws a grenade. Another KIA. Bag of Joe able to trade with the GL thrower, the grenade thrower. That was Kingpin going down to that grenade, I think. And Bag of Joe. Another rocket. Bag of Joe goes down. I believe that rocket was a little short. Looks like that's the impact point there. It wasn't able to kill any. Maybe it got 1 or 2 people. 12 kills for US, 18 kills for INS.
Hey, I'm an
Oh, the Logi's dead. No, is it dead?
Shit.
The driver's gone. More grenades. They're coming from the north.
I'm out of bandages, medic. Medic, I'm out of bandages. Are you dead? Fuck.
Rose Dragon bleeds out.
I'm out of bandages. I'll cover if you
Bump
can.
is gonna bleed out too.
He's on the other side of the fucking wall.
Contact's close.
Man, if you get hit in this map, you must be blind.
Okay. We're gonna have to haul us in this.
Bump
Logi.
survives.
I'm gonna do it. I have no bandages.
Dude, you're gonna get shot out.
They have the MRAP on. They have the Logi on lock.
I have no bandages. I'm probably the least effective here.
And Bump decides he's going to take over the Logi.
Say again, Juan? Copy.
Oh, he's going to gun the MRAP.
Okay.
Oh, maybe
Say
not.
again, I can't hear anything.
Alright, so we need someone to drive the Logi, correct?
Yeah. Logi's got no cover, just keeps getting shut out.
So they're unable to move.
Yeah, they were also close north in this river.
Southwest.
Copy.
In the little, okay.
And these two INS here may be responsible for a fire team's dead. More INS behind.
Copy that. Try to push to me. It's pointless. Just try to move on foot. Try to move as best as we can.
Copy. Have a bank wall that we can't cross without infantry contact.
Yeah, copy that.
We're looking at Juzu and Appa. They've got the Logi on lock. And no one is brave enough to get into the turret and try to swing it around to get effective on them. Of course, the open top MRAP, your head's going to be exposed. And so... I believe the Logi's intact, but they're going to abandon it. And it looks like the rocket... Iron Tyrant goes down.
Okay, I think we're just gonna have to roll.
Looks like they're shooting frag rockets into the side of the MRAP, which it's protected against.
We're gonna have 3 might be able to go for it. They're the only combat unit.
And the MRAP pushes forward. Right now, 16 kills for US, 30 kills for INS. So, yeah, looks like there's only. Let me position south on the bottom of the screen here. There's another look at the battlefield here. INS dominating, but the Logi or the US MRAP is pushed through. And there's a fire team that seems to be caught. They're taking fire. One goes down. Fire team of gunnery, Sergeant Rabbit, Seabass, and the Paradox. I believe Storm. No, it's not Storm. Throwing grenades. And they're actually shooting up the stream here. I wonder if they're doing that intentionally or if they're just overshooting the guy they think is still alive.
Sorry, I just got a DC. Alright.
Let's check a look at the map real quick. They're past the Fox Golf lines. That means the MRAP has to move out to the COP location.
Cop story west. Do we want to go for it?
We need the Logi in order to make that cop.
Wait, let's regroup with the friendlies and then make a push for it.
They actually ditched the MRAP. I don't think the MRAP was actually that damaged. So they're just afraid of the the fact that the turret is a bullet magnet. Believe we're looking at 5 remaining U.S. forces.
But it's past the FG line, so I think Hotel 743 is our objective.
Copy.
Or is it the cop in Delta 894? Let me just look at the notes. We made it west of the FG, therefore...
They're just trying to figure out where their extraction zone is.
Yeah, it's only 4.
And INS, there's some INS forces moving around, but most of them are holding position. What are they shooting at? I think they're shooting at the Logi to try to pop it. Yep. So the Logi is officially gone now. After a hail of bullets. You don't see that every day. Where gunfire actually manages to take down a vehicle.
Hey yo, we have to go to Xville.
Okay, so an INS squad is now pushing towards the west. Seems to be a race to the US Exfil location.
What's up, Seabass? Seabass. Seabass. Yeah, no, you have to exfil to the cop location. No, you have to go to the cop location. We passed the golf line.
Oh, okay. Alright.
We're gonna grab our MRAP, and we're gonna bring it into the cop location. You guys have to defend that while we grab it, okay?
Copy.
They're gonna go back for the MRAP.
Alright.
Kalon.
INS forces have pushed past the MRAP. I wonder if they saw it. I wonder if they saw it when they were moving through. It could very well possibly be that they just didn't look at it. These INS forces are just falling back to the compound. Here comes lawn darts back up to grab the MRAP. Other INS forces now in motion, although the force at Orchard is still staying there. The remainders of squads 2 and 4 are now pushing to the west. And squad 3 is pushing to the west again. Lawn darts now soloing the Logi. Or the MRAP, sorry. I think there's a light unit here. Yep. So they're just hiding. Bullet resistant panels. Protecting lawn darts. And lawn darts parks the thing inside. Let's get a recap of positions here. Oh, I seem to have lost oh, did the other 2 guys die? Did I miss that? There was another fire team of units.
What's it looking like, Lon?
I'm feeling a little exposed up there from too many directions.
Okay, then we can just leave it in here just for.
Are we down to? No, there they are. I was like, where are they at? So we're down to 5 U.S. forces now. And INS is just getting ready to sweep in and finish, put the kibosh on the whole thing.
It is. Alright, voice on the wall. It's an archway here. I thought we were going to Monolith.
Looks like CBS just had the wrong extract location.
I didn't really look at the op doc because I
Hey,
wasn't
we got
at the
shot from the northwest.
So we're not going that way. Alright.
There's a western entrance. There's a western hole in the wall around the corner.
We got friendlies.
Okay, last guy.
For the last 5.
Alright guys, let's do this. Oh, that is dark. No thank you. I didn't know we were playing a horror game.
You guys set up on like just any corner. Just set up in a building, watch an angle. You just gotta defend.
I actually can't see. How do we get in? I know there's an entrance. Is this an entrance?
I don't know, is it?
Oh, it is.
I can't see, so.
Okay.
Londarts has blocked off one of his
try and be quiet.
one of his entrances here.
We have an
Pretty smart. Forces everyone to come into one entrance now for his particular building.
God, this round's lasted forever.
East side.
Let's get a bird's eye view to see where everyone's at. Slowly closing in, within about 50 to 60 meters now. Fire team pretty much coming from every direction north that you can think of. Quick count of remaining forces for INS here. Counting 22. Yeah, 22. Gunny Soldier Rabbit goes down immediately.
Copy.
Grenades come in.
Steps north of Londarts.
Pull all the grenades. All the smokes get thrown in. Londarts grabs one.
Copy.
The smokes. This is just mayhem. This is just mayhem. Uh-oh, Londarts is reloading. Oh, there we go. Still 3 up. Seabass goes down. Now we're down to 2. And there goes Bump. And there goes Londarts. That's GG. Wow. What a dramatic end. Man, that was crazy.
I saw 3 of them.
Oh my gosh.
Did one run on top of you?
But that was round 1.
I think so.
Think of what will happen to round 2.
Right on top of you at the
And if you think that's interesting, definitely stay tuned because round 2 is coming up very soon. If you're watching, you're not subscribed or following our YouTube or Twitch channel, definitely consider that. Links to everything that you can find are on our website, squadops.gg. We'll go take a break right now. We'll come back with round 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for coming out to SOTT Basic. I'm your instructor today, Hammering Hutch. You guys can simply just call me Hutch. When we are suppressing an enemy target, the whole intent of this is to keep the enemy's head down so an adjacent unit can maneuver onto them. During this process, we have a thing that happens automatically and organically, whether it be with buddy teams or fire teams. The whole intent is to ensure there's no lull in the gunfire, thus talking guns. Open fire. Contact front. Alpha, bound. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. Bravo, bound. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. All right, Bravo set. Alpha, up. He sees me. I'm down. You're now in what is known as a file. You're now in what is known as a staggered column, and usually used when on patrol or when moving from one location to another where contact is imminent. And these are a few of the basic formations that we use during squad ops. The SOTT Advanced Weapons Systems course was created to ensure Squad Ops participants share the same knowledge and understanding of the use and applications of mission-specific weapons and the basic tactics involved in their deployment. The Automatic Rifleman. The Automatic Rifleman is the foundation of a fire team and/or squad. The job of the Automatic Rifleman is to deliver a high volume of prolonged, effective suppressing fire on enemy positions to allow the maneuver of friendly units during offensive operations and the repelling of enemy attacks in defensive operations. The Grenadier, a key member of the fire team and squad. The Grenadier is first and foremost a rifleman who is capable of delivering accurate fire of both high explosive and smoke rounds on point and area targets at varying distances. One of the other added benefits of the Grenadier is to engage dead space, which is essentially an area that cannot be hit by direct fires. The Light Anti-Tank Gunner. Soldiers carrying light anti-tank weapons are, just as Grenadiers, riflemen first. They are the ideal infantry-based counter to both lightly armored and thin-skinned vehicles. At short, medium, and far distances, the rockets fired are a viable weapon against groups of infantry as well. The SOTT Advanced Weapons Systems course, although not a requirement, is highly encouraged for Squad Ops participants to join to expand their knowledge of how to utilize the tools that are given to us within Squad.
Alright, so everyone, perk your ears up real quick. Just gonna talk to you. Alright, so, good job last rep. Basically what we're gonna do Alright, so we do get two trans and a logi. So
Welcome back. Thanks for coming back and watching round 2 with us of Operation Jackal. That's right. Wow. I had a brain fart there for a second. That it was that killing ground the last few seconds of the last round that did it to me. I'm still in shock, to be honest with you. Squad Ops, one life event. Operation Jackal. We're playing round 2 now, so all of our commands and our squad leads and our teams have switched sides. So everyone that was on INS last round, they're playing as US. They're going to get the same operation a crack. And everyone that was on US is now playing defense with INS. We're not really defense, but ambush. And I believe US are going to use their transport trucks this time around. So we'll see a little bit more mobility out of US as far as movement in the forward direction. We'll see how Storm wants to play this here in a second once we get a chance. Once they get a chance to organize and get their teams ready, we'll see if we can try to get the U.S. brief here. But just to recap, what Operation Jackal is, according to our map here, the U.S. forces start in the northwest, and they're going to push through Cora Valley all the way to a COP location they have designated to set up. And the idea is that the convoy they're using is 1 MRAP, 1 Logi truck, and 2 transport trucks. The INS have gotten wind of this convoy operation, and they've decided to stage an ambush at night. So there's 2 points where the INS team could spawn in at, or rather start at, and that's where they're going to space their ambush sort of plans around. In the middle of the route. Vehicles are going to have to move from the northwest to the southeast to the COP location, straight through the INS ambush zone. It's not clear where the INS ambush zone is, but they have a couple of things they can use. One of them are roadblocks, where if the convoy hits a roadblock, they have to clear the roadblock before they can proceed. These roadblocks are probably going to be sandbag lines that are placed by riflemen.
Give me a sec. I got one guy that spawned all the way out in I-67, and he doesn't know how to respawn with a command.
And let's take a look at our commands and SLs for this round. Hero, Alpha Guido, Revi, and HML are leading US as squad leads with Storm in command. And we have Assault, Shughart, Bag of Joe, and Bump on INS with Iron Tyrant in command. Before we go over what's in each side, let's talk about what happened last round. The U.S. plan took a long time. The U.S. plan took a long time to happen because they decided not to use their transport trucks. And that means they spent a lot of time hyping themselves up to go do things like clear compounds along their route of advance. However, it set them up for a great position. It set them up for a great position to assault the initial INS line, and it was a decoy line. They all fell back. After the U.S. hit that initial line, they continued pushing forward. Not really a lot of casualties for U.S. there, but INS didn't have any. And then INS decided to fall back to a secondary ambush point, which was more convex, has that it's like semicircular shape. The U.S. got impatient. They pushed their convoy around a bend a little bit too far. and they lost the ability to crew their Logi truck and their MRAP gunner seat with any sort of effectiveness because they got circled around on and pushed in real close. And at the end, it was the MRAP able to punch through along with some straggler disconnected forces. Oh, there's a U.S. brief.
You're just basically cannon fodder just so they don't
All right, barring that one
kill me.
U.S., how are you guys? You guys ready to go?
So what we're going to do, we're going to dismount the transports around the green fob marker. We're going to be on platoon line like you see on the map. If someone will stop deleting them. Alright, so platoon line on the map with 1 being the AR, 2 being the fob, 3 being the marksman, and 4 being the mortar. Engage on sight. Expect heavy enemy contact from the north and from the rear as well. Very simple, very effective. Good luck, have fun, gentlemen. Let's get everyone in. We're going to have 3 crewing the MRAP. So get a gunner driver for the MRAP.
Did you get green?
Correct, you take green, dude.
That is right.
Just double checking. Squad 1 doesn't have any vehicles, right? I might have missed it when I was trying to sort out the one guy.
Squad 2, you have.
All right, so that's a pretty straightforward plan. They're just going to move out and they're going to get on foot and they're going to get in a platoon line and push west. This time they're going to use the south. So
they spawned us Russian transports.
These are Russian.
they're going to go south here, probably use a bridge. I think the bridge they're going to use is right around here. There should be a bridge north that runs northwest to southeast that they can use to cross. They're going to dismount around Juliet 6-1. They're going to get on a platoon line and then push west southwest.
We actually used your old Soviet transport trucks like way up in the 90s.
Man, do you have a fix for the SEMRAP?
Let's see if we can get a little look thing into how INS are setting up right now.
Burns, you're gonna have to put them outside the U.S. main area. So come over to me.
There's 2 spawn points. Once again, there's a northern sector, which you can see here. They are sort of organizing themselves and trying to figure out what's going on. And then there's a southern sector closer to the radio tower. Pretty similar to how we saw the southern sector set up for in round 1. There's 2 compounds here, one with the radio tower, one without, right next to it across the street, and they're just split up. The northern sector, I wonder how they're going to set themselves up. So far, I think they're just waiting. They're holding at the exits to the compounds before they move out.
Also be advised that the,
just like any time before a live, we have a period of organization where everyone gets their plan together. Panorpa is asking what's currently going on here then. That's exactly that. You saw the U.S. brief, the plan was communicated to their team, and that's happening on the other side right now as well. A reminder that while my camera, and you can tell when it's my camera because I'll be floating around freely like this, and it'll have my name at the top. bcarr. When we're on my camera, my gamma is a little bit higher just for the sake of being able to clearly see what's going on here. However, everyone else is playing with the game normal, and they're going to have a much darker experience because this is a night operation.
Just let the other team know we won't.
So while we even have the outlines on, everything's going to be nice and poppy here for you guys on the stream.
We're just not gonna have any vehicles.
Yes, we are. This is just evidence submissive now.
Right now, we're just working through.
Okay, so we got one MRAP.
I can get inside this logi that's right here.
Do not get out. Do not get out of the MRAP. If you can get in that logi, do not get
Just
out.
working through a couple of.
We can enter the vehicles now. I think it was some sort of weird timing thing, 'cause now all of them are entering.
Couple of things as we get the convoy set up and ready to go.
Go ahead, try to get into your vehicles again. Everything should be good to go.
Digital Chronos asks, is there a website that has the maps and you can brief a team before you go in the game? I used to use one for World of Tanks when I would call Clan Wars. There's a couple of them that are out there. I know there's a Squad Maps website that has like overviews of the map, but there's a Squad Tactics site that actually has a complete like planning user interface that you can that we actually use to create the maps that you see. I believe it's I wonder if I can pull up the URL real quick. I think it's like gametactics.org or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but it's the site has many different games that it supports, and Squad is one of them.
Storm, do you want the transport in front of the logi?
Yeah. Squad 3, you're in a logi.
You can create mission maps from like if you're making a map, you can throw that map in there, and then you can do map drawings like that, or you can take any one of the maps that come with Squad and you can import that, or you can use that as a base to draw a complete plan, like with arrows or anything like that. Red Flash Ninja asks, okay, I have the mod downloaded, now what do I do? That's a great question. To play in operations, you need basic SOTT. So if you got the mod downloaded, join our community by going to our website, squadops.gg, sign up there, link your Discord ID, and join our Discord. And that will allow you to do things like join our voice comms, so you can, join and play in operations. And once you've taken basic SOTT, you can play in pretty much any operation that shows up on our calendar. And we are live. So far, the U.S. convoy is MRAP, transport, logi, transport. So the U.S. are now using the transports. And I believe there is a... Yep, that's the bridge they want to use here. If they want to go south. For some reason, they're going back up. Now, I thought they were going to go on the southern side of everything. There is a shorter bridge. There's a bridge closer on. There was another bridge over there that would have gotten them the same thing. But it's better to stay organized as a unit and complete the course together. And so that's what's happening. Ooh, Logi almost falls off the bridge. And here we go. Or not. There we go. Look a little sparse over there. I'm assuming that's the map border. There we go. So it looks like, just from what I can tell here, Storm has the Logi to himself.
Alright, everyone out.
And he's going to keep the Logi here. And here comes the U.S. dismount. Everyone getting out of the transports.
Man, we're gonna move into the ditches over.
Where are you positioning?
We're gonna go into those golf ditches. You call it. You told me that. We're just gonna kind of sit there.
And the U.S. are getting online. They're trying to reorganize themselves into that line that they were trying to get done. They're going to be spread out. According to their plan, they want like 400 meters of spread here, which isn't unreasonable for a platoon-sized element, but they're going to be pretty thin up there on the line.
Say again.
Orders for my MRAP?
MRAP's just gonna be walking forward with the infantry.
And they're going to keep drivers in the transports too. So I wonder if the transports are going to move in front of the Logi. Which makes sense. If your MRAP magically misses a mine, you would want the bigger vehicle to possibly take one. And that might seem a little metagamey, but it's not, in my opinion. You got vehicle buffers, you might as well use them.
India 6-2 to India 6-3 and India 7-9, India 7-8. Along that line.
MRAP is pushing forward here. I wonder how many sharpshooters we have over on the INS side, because definitely had some last round. Kind of allows so many gunners shot out of that thing.
You're going to get on the western side of Mosque. Alright. The MRAP will be pushing forward with the transports close behind. Let's get the second transport moving forward.
And U.S. organizing themselves to get online, and then I think they're going to switch to walking pace, if I understood correctly.
Alright, walking pace.
Yep, and there's the order for walking pace. Let's take a look at the INS position here on the south, because that's the position that's going to get hit first. Looks like this isn't quite radio station. They've pushed away from radio station a little bit. Let's see if we can follow the route that the vehicles would take. The vehicles are here. Then they'll probably turn south past the street light, continue on the southern road. This is a fork, which they could split up significantly. That has different routes that really change things. The northern route, they continue on this. Ooh, that actually dead ends. So they'd have to take the southern route here. The southern route continues on and actually bypasses the INS force and goes completely around behind them. So the INS, if they choose that route, they're going to have to take some really quick reactions to try to get the force in position. On the north here, we can see there is a mine deployed, and it's in the same place. See if I can find it real quick. And there it is. Just before the Y intersection here. At the foot of Orchard and the connecting compounds. And then there's a middle defense force. There we go. There's a middle defense force here, making sure no shenanigans happen with infantry sneaking through the river.
We're stuck on the road here.
And there seems to be just like one squad here in the south that's forward.
Yeah, all good.
Yep, you're gonna all be a little bit squished. I expect it.
U.S. forces continuously pushing forward.
Don't let the MRAP push the pace of the infantry. Or just walking.
Closing in to within about 200 meters of contact now. And there's a misfire on the U.S. side.
Breach, 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 breach.
You hear the commands call out N and D. ND stands for negligent discharge.
Okay, you're gonna link up with us at Ford's current position.
U.S. forces
Vindication.
continuously pushing. Looks like there's 2.5 squads in the front of the formation here in the north.
I changed the visual setting.
One squad pushing forward on the route. And the remainder are probably juggling all of the vehicles because they do have 4 vehicles. 4 vehicles means 4 drivers. Gotta have a gunner. Command is probably in there too.
Hey, Command Squad 3 is in the river. Do you want us pushing to the north of it or to the south of it?
South. It's gonna be easier if you stay to the south.
U.S. forces pushing close. And there's a squad crossing the river. There is a AR gunner on a roof here who's deployed. Who might have eyes on if he was looking in the right direction. Which he's not. U.S. forces moving close to a light. And even this guy's not looking quite at the light.
Transports, drivers stay in, engines off.
There's a lat gunner with an RPG with AT loaded.
Transports, drivers stay inside the vehicle, engines go off.
Copy that.
You can barely hear the vehicles.
I see sandbags directly southwest of Squad 3 on the road. H7 area.
And the U.S. forces open up on INS on the roof. One of them's bandaging. GL gets shot out. Not effective. INS added grenade, a smoke grenade to try to get them some cover so they can get off the roof. But soon they're going to be shot at from the north as well. Oh, an INS reinforcements, an entire squad pushes in. Oh, this U.S. force has no idea. A grenade! A grenade gets one. Another fire team leader goes down. This U.S. squad was not anticipated by an entire fire team. 3 INS down to 1 grenade, maybe plus some stray fire. Wow. Bybee goes down to some shots here to the south. Hero falling back. The main... Looks like one of the transport trucks is here.
Guys on the south try to suppress.
Engine off. Press E.
Wow, the MRAP. It's surprising that the MRAP turret is being put around like this and none of the INS. There's a light unit guy. Oh! Juju.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Alright.
Oh, and
Drivers out of the
The driver is just like nailing people.
We're here now. Drivers out of the transports, rejoin the squads.
Okay.
Oh,
Keep moving up.
Juju, yeah, the gunner is just nailing people. He's gotten 2. Oh, and they're gonna move past. The light gunner's right here. Does he have his RPG out? He has a gun out. Why doesn't he have his RPG out?
Hold.
Why isn't he making... What is happening?
Alright, move up. Move up slope.
Is he just waiting for the right shot? Come on. You've got to see this. He has his RPG out too. He's waiting. I think he's waiting for the Logi. He is holding fire for the Logi. Oh man, he has had many perfect shots. He's done so well to hold his fire. Meanwhile, INS forces are maneuvering. There's a squad moving to the north, along with 2 squads pushing up from the west. Wow, this guy is such discipline. He is waiting for the Logi to continue en route to blast it. Either that or he can't see. It's gotta be one of the two. He's waiting for the Logi or he can't see. Who is this right now? This is Gerwolf. Oh! The MRAP is down. I didn't hear a rocket fire. I don't think there was a mine over there. And there's definitely no explosion from the mine.
What direction do you want us moving?
South. Pull out of the compound, move south.
Wow. I wonder if Hero will see this guy. He's not making any noise. He's literally waiting for the Logi. That is tremendous. Let's get a little overview on what's happening here. INS squad pushing down from the north. And an entire INS fire team gets caught out by US forces.
Get down, get down. Multiple contacts due south of us across the river.
US commander advising to disengage.
Lawn's down. Okay, copy.
How are they going to get through the road?
Continue crawling towards. Disengage, crawl. Try and crawl east. Oh.
That's still amazing, though.
Minnie's down. Okay, we gotta disengage.
Try to hold off for a little bit, make them think you moved position, but instead you're actually holding that logic. For that.
Okay, our left's down.
Just to reiterate, there is
Pipe, what are you doing? We gotta.
Where we go? Just push west, not right away. If we do
Let's get up there airborne.
It's gonna be you two. Okay, you just hit that wall.
INS forces stopped advancing here west to east. They're waiting for everyone to come to them.
Thank you. Storm, do you want Squad 2 to break off and assist Squad 4?
Squad 2, that's a negative.
Paradox is alive!
Here, just so you know, we are guys in that...
People just ran right over him. What is he waiting for? He must be so injured he can't see right now. A fire team just ran over his position.
Don't run here.
I thought I saw him prone, and now he's up. Uh-oh. Gerwolf's moving around a little bit.
Command, this is 3. We've pushed south. What's our next order?
Need you to keep pushing south. I need you to pull around where 2 is and come around to where 1 is.
More shots as the INS force that was pinned down tries to move out with smokes.
Push backwards, not forwards.
And the northern force trying to push across the river here. Looks like several KIA. Looks like this northern INS squad just lost half their squad. So after all that engagement, 16 kills for US, 8 kills for INS. Not looking too good for INS. but the AR or the lat gunner is still up here, but the Logi and the transports haven't moved yet.
We're disengaging. Alright, this compound is clear. They are all over the radio tower.
Command is still in the Logi. The transports have no one in them right now. So I wonder what Storm is trying to do here. He must be trying to create himself like he's trying to reestablish route security, which is why he's telling his guys to disengage.
I need you to set northern security. They're going to be pushing you from the north.
He's trying to reset security right now.
You have no guys looking north.
Agnes taking significant blow though. Ooh. Oh, they were trying to pop people on the roof of radio tower. I saw one guy bandaged, and they killed one other guy, it looks like.
We gotta fall back.
Alright, straighty.
What's your next order?
3, I need you to push to the compound at G97.
Oh, Gerwolf is pushing.
3, they have contact to a facility to our southwest.
He's pushing towards contact. He's not pushing towards the vehicle, though. Oh, if Storm turns his engine on right now, he's dead.
Expect contact to be coming in from your north.
Oh my gosh. Yep, there it is. He turns around and instantly loads AT. Or he loaded frag. I think he meant to switch weapons. The Logi's pushing past. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I heard a vehicle move. I didn't see anything. What is happening? He's going to push up towards... Let's see if he pops a transport, if he pops a Logi. He's moving towards a transport. If he pops the wrong thing, how embarrassing is this? I mean, oh, U.S. forces. Oh, there's a whole squad! He's lost it. He's done. He's got to run. He's got to run. He's got to move. The U.S. don't see him, though. No calls for contact. Oh, someone died. Yep, finally. Oh. Now he's switching to his rifle. And he's dead. Oh, man. How close was he? Wow. Storm gets his security right in the nick of time. Gerwolf loses out. Oh my god. And Storm just guns it. He rides, he does a little 50-50 grind on the side wall there. He's just moving. Doesn't appear to be any mines or anything on the way.
Alright, Hero, listen to me. Need you to push west as fast as possible.
Now, there are 2 people over here. There's actually a lot of INS really close. I wonder if there's a lat unit over here.
Behind you, one north. Northeast.
Nope. Looks like an AR gunner. And maybe a scout. US are you going to just, or the INS are just diving straight into the US's flank right here. And they're taking pot shots at the Logi. Wow, really? Grenade takes out the SKS gunner. So I think there was a scout. And for some reason, the Logi fell back. Ooh, more people pushing in. I don't think I see any lats, though.
Between 011 and 1032. Apologies.
Another one dies. I think he bled out. Now, if the INS threw a grenade, looks like it didn't hit anything. Now, if they're able to camp the Logi by killing whoever gets in the driver's seat, that could be just as effective like what happened last round. Hero, though. And it looks like U.S. able to cut down the rest of an advance here. Another fire team gets hit. And I'm U.S. definitely have an advantage here now.
All right, watch out.
Let's get a bird's eye view of what's happening. There's a U.S. fire team pushed way west, way southwest. And there's about a fire team's plus, maybe a squad's worth of plus people between the compound where the Logi's at right now and the radio station. 21 kills for US, 9 kills for INS. INS just not able to see in the dark.
How far on the field?
Kip's opening up on targets moving in the open. Might have gotten 1 or 2. Looks like he definitely got 2 there. Oh, here's a lat unit. Lat unit pushes up. But there's no holes in the wall nearby. Oh, they're going to come. US are going to come through the wall. The light unit is trying to catch up to the Logi. But the Logi is going to move out of his attack range. He's not going to be able to shoot through the trees. Nope. Yep, the Logi's going to roll out. INS continue to be out of position now.
Alright, 2 be advised, we're gonna block this contact. We're gonna let you handle this. Alright, we're moving back west. We're moving west.
Psychonaut pushing through.
This compound is clear, command. We got gunshots to our west northwest.
Nice work, everyone. Nice work.
Didn't see that guy. Oh, Storm just got killed, I think. Nope.
I'm still alive.
Oh. I think an AR gunner opened up on Storm and the Logi. Storm had to get out to bandage. So the Logi now has no driver. The AR team, they're responsible for it. Looks like is that Silas and Sebiv are rolling away.
H-Mo's down, contact rear.
Yep, copy that.
And a grenade takes out the lat unit that would have been keenly positioned to take out the Logi. Logi is almost past the FG grid line, which is the point of no return for moving on to the comp location.
We're gonna move to the east, or not the east, to the west, and we are going to
just in case.
take a southern.
INS have probably about 10 units or 10 players left.
We're gonna take the compound F979 and
I think they have 11 remaining.
north to the cop location from there. So we're just going to
spread out, guys. You're a bit too bunched up.
Line to the cop compound after that. I'm gonna get the Logi across the FG line if I can, and that way we'll be committed there, and we can go to the FG line.
INS forces pushing closer to the road over here.
3, do you want us pushing south and taking the map order to that comp?
Was anyone just in water? 3?
Negative.
Alright, I heard contact in the water right near us.
Storm now hearing things. Ooh, U.S. forces have taken radio station, and now they're able to shoot the guys that in the back. It's the rear flanking.
Move. Oh shit! I didn't not mean to throw. Whoops. Don't hate me.
Wow.
Multiple enemy contact scored due west. Just
From multiple directions, these guys are just boned. Look at it.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, B5's we're in visual con.
Squad 1, let your buddy team know that there's contacts to
There's
their
one
east.
squad lead prone. It's bump. I think he just went down. Yeah. He's getting worked. Not really a lot of INS forces remaining now.
Squad 1, let your buddy team know enemy Logi is on the move west.
INS forces trying to smoke out here south of radio tower. There's just too many elevated positions that US have right now. An entire squad is pushing bump.
Copy that. One, you're gonna have contact in that creek.
Copy.
Entire squad is pushing bump right now.
We got good eyes to our south. We can stop them from flanking.
Copy that. 2, what I need you to do is move to the west. We just need to keep moving to the convocation.
Storm trying to get a grip on his guys and get them to move on to the objective.
4, if you need to grab those transport.
Psychonaut running close. Cease bump. Ends bump. And I think we're down to maybe 6 INS remaining now. 31 kills for our army, 11 kills for insurgents. I think we're at 4 INS left. Oh no, we're still at 6. INS forces taking pot shots at the Logi as it passes. And Storm has to get out. Maybe he got wounded there again. He doesn't have many bandages left if that's the case. And Storm goes down! Silas and his partner over here are able to set up another position. They're just gonna hit and run the Logi until it gets to the objective along the road. They're gonna pull out. Meanwhile, the 2 INS. One of them has gone down. The other one is also down. 32 kills for US, 12 kills for INS. Logi is still intact. Sebiv and Silas running back. They're going to find another place to ambush the Logi at.
Oh, that's right. It's me. I forgot. All right. We don't just keep pushing west as planned, boys. Squad 4.
Section 46 and Slayer Run. They're behind the U.S. formation and undetected at this point. They're crawling through a field. If the U.S. decide they pick up the pace, these guys can be left behind pretty quickly. Although Alpha Guido just calls out in command, there's definitely contacts behind them. Sebiv, the AR, and Silas with his scout kit.
1, how's your position? Can you keep pushing?
Yeah, I have contacts just to my northwest, near the lodge. No eyes.
Copy, are they in that compound?
Unknown.
I think Silas is in security here. Or he's just looking around. Let's get over a little reset on the U.S. formation now. This is the line that they wanted, although the Logi's in front of them. Not entirely ideal, but, you know, they're winning. There's a fire team pushing Revy, squad lead, pushing directly towards Silas and his AR gunner.
Can we get the Logi, or is that a no?
They're trying to be sneaky about it.
Was that teleported in, or was that teleported in, or was that already when we drove up?
I think it was teleported in.
Alright, don't grab it just in case. Because I don't know, so we'll just leave it.
Copy, so that's a no on Logi.
Alright, we're on you. God dang it.
U.S. continuing to push faster than this force behind can push up.
That Logi is ours. You guys can use that Logi on fire.
Slayer on section 46 here.
In that case, squad 1, you got a guy closest to it, just go and grab it.
Rush. Push for the border.
Fire team getting really close to Silas. They're pushing past him.
Alright guys, let's try to get up towards 3. Hold your position up ahead, and we're gonna try to get in line with you and make the final push as a platoon line.
Hey, command, if it's okay, squad 3 is gonna move ahead, and that field to our west, we're gonna loop around it, and we'll take the cop from the west. If you guys want to push from the south to the east.
How many guys you got effective right now? Yeah, make a push. You only got what, 3 guys? Make the push.
Yeah, just 2 guys.
I have my squad where 3 is.
Let's see how many of this AR gunner will be able to get a chance to open up on.
Where you want the Logi to go?
Just stay back, like kind of in and among our team. Negative. Watch hold A1.
U.S. forces sweeping closer.
Yeah, Hero, just have your squad keep rear security, and kind of watch to our north. My squad will push up ahead and cover.
And they're able to get one in the initial fire, and they're falling back. Will the AR gunner get out? Ooh. Alpha Guido shoots right over his head. He's going to reposition. He's going to throw a frag? That's going to be a little short. But Revy's going to hear that. Bartok Warrior definitely heard it. Juzu comes through. Silas ends him. Bartok shoots at the AR gunner. And they're continuing to disengage. They're continuing to stay alive. However, the fire team behind is now pushed all the way up to the end. Ooh, that grenade might have wounded them both. Grenade gets thrown out here. Alright, I thought it was a grenade. It looked like he threw one. I think the medic is bandaging. I think one of them's bandaging the other because they've run out of bandages.
Yeah, right.
Alright, trying to figure this one out.
Is Silas?
The Logi, I need you to do me a favor. Grabbing the Logi and just
Silas is dead. Cbiv was able to pull away. So now we're down to 3 INS remaining.
Yeah, here, get someone in the Logi, yeah.
Looks like a squad lead died here.
No, there's a already stopped.
Ooh.
No,
Section 46 get one and run straight into Slayeron. Partisan runs straight into Slayeron around the corner there. They've got the Logi on lock, actually. Slayeron gets shot at by, looks like Matt AR in the middle of the river. A great position. And Section runs over to Slayeron. I think one of them's a medic. I think Section's a medic. Ooh, he bleeds out.
Just get in the Logi and head direct west along the road. TV, just go.
GL's being thrown. I think Cbiv is also dead, so I think we're down to the last INS alive.
Alright. I got you covered. Once the Logi's we're gonna disengage and break west.
So Section 46, the last one up. And the US are pushing them. FTL grabs and gets himself in the Logi. The Logi rolls out. So Section was a medic, which is why he was using bandages so much. And not a time to be timid, Section. I wonder if it's dawned on him that they might be the last person alive. Because, I mean, your squad's dead. Obviously, you can check the map and really see for yourself, but sometimes when you feel like you're under fire like that, the map's not the first thing you're going to check. Especially not if you're like not a squad leader or something like that. Oh, he's getting shot. He got hit. Section able to get to the wall. He definitely got hit. I wonder if he's out of bandages. He's not bandaging himself. Maybe the hit was at range. He's not bleeding. He ducks straight into the first doorway he can.
I need you to hold the rear guard, alright? Just slow him down as you can.
Yeah, he decides to screw that. He gets back out there. He's getting shot at range. The Section's, you know, surprisingly alive for what he's ended up doing and where US all are. Meanwhile, US forces are entering the compound. And of course, they have the round in the bag. They just don't know it yet.
If you can, set him up south on the other side of the river, south of the
All Section has to do is go like 20 and 0. Nope, he gets shot up. Looks like that was CG Grand or C Grand 11 that finally ended it. And that's GG. The end of Operation Jackal for tonight.
GG, guys.
Damn.
What a round. Final tally 36 kills for US, 18 kills for INS.
did not kill many people.
No, did they all like bully each other?
Definitely using the southern route. Wait, who won? I think it's one of the routes that you don't usually see in an operation like this.
Oh man,
we had 36.
Usually you see a lot more northern pushes, but
we had 36.
the way that INS positioned themselves initially, they just weren't able to respond fast enough. And there was a lot of bad breaks for INS too, with just units dying at the wrong times and so on and so forth. But anyway, that'll end everything of today. If you'd like to play in operations like this, consider joining our community. SquadOps.gg will get you started. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed or followed our YouTube or Twitch, please do so. You'll get notifications when we go live and when more operations like this get posted on like video on demand. And that'll wrap it up for me. On behalf of Shadow Ritual, I'm bcarr. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.